Hi and welcome to another Exploring with Em and Stu.
And today we've brought you to the island of Anglesey here in North Wales, where we're going to take you for a look around a site that we've had on our radar for quite some time. Today we're going to take you for a look around Porth Went Brickworks. Now, brickmaking started in this area in the mid-19th century, and the reason why it's in such a remote location is because they were making a particular type of brick called a fire brick, which was actually capable of being used in very high temperatures, such as steel furnaces. Now, these bricks were actually made from a stone called quartzite, and this stone is in abundance here up in North Anglesey. Now, most of the ruinous remains that we see here now are actually from the early 1900s, and we're actually going to take you for a bit of a tour and give you a little bit of information about them. But first, we're going to meet up with Stu.
So thank you very much, Emma, for that.
Small amount of information.
It was a little bit of information there, but this actually is an incredible place. I know we've said all through this Welsh saga this has been an incredible place, but this actually is.
This place has actually been on our sort of bucket list for quite some time.
It has.
It is very much Instagrammed. If you're watching this video, then you probably already know about it and you know how amazing it is.
And some of you have been here.
Yeah, but we've decided to actually find out some of the history about it.
That's it.
And not only show you some of those dramatic scenes, but also explain to you what some of these buildings actually were used for. But
we're going to simplify this by just saying straight away, this is a chimney and it's still in situ.
It is, considering that a lot of this is quite ruinous, and I think it is mainly just fallen into the sea due to the coastal conditions here being quite dramatic, but some of the bits are quite complete. Now, the brickmaking process here would have started at one of two quarries, which is right up there in the hills somewhere. The rocks would have then been brought to the edge of the quarry here via a tramway and down an incline to this crushing house, which is just behind us here. Now, once at the crushing house here, those rocks were turned into smaller, more manageable pieces, ready to be sent down to the powder room. Now, of course, the powder house is obviously quite self-explanatory. The powder was then actually mixed into a paste using lime and water, which then made it ready to be turned into bricks. Now, originally these bricks would have been shaped using wire cutters, but as technology's improved, they actually used moulds. And we believe this area could have actually been where the moulding house was.
So Emma's coming back again. She's great, isn't she?
I'm trying my best.
She's really good.
Just behind us, like I said, bit of an educated guess, and part of this was the powder room, part of it was probably the moulding room.
That's it.
We're sort of half guessing, but of course after they were moulded into brick shapes, they would have needed drying.
That's where we're going to be, we think that we are going to be heading over to.
Hopefully to the drying shed, so that's just over there.
Let's go. Before they even thought about going to the drying rooms, they needed to be heated. And we believe this is the engine shed.
Yes, we do. Apparently this actually had a 5-drum Stirling boiler in it, which is quite obvious is probably the boiler because it's got chimneys and all sorts of things.
Everything coming out of it.
Yeah, and some quite amazing remnants of the boilers around the side there with the furnaces and everything.
That's it. So what we'll do is we'll just pop you and have a quick look, because we won't go in because obviously very
rusty.
Yeah, rusty and destructive. But you can see what we normally see is a plinth along here. That's what we normally see in war buildings.
That's it.
And water pipes going from the top here, and obviously steel structures keeping the walls together.
That's it. Just behind here, we've actually got 3 additional boilers, haven't we, with the furnaces? That's actually really impressive. So we'll show you that in a minute.
But we have an oven there.
That's it. I mean, again, a little bit of a guess as to what some of these features are, but yeah, this is quite impressive and certainly looks as if it was very likely where the boilers used to be.
And here is more of the boilers. Now I'm going to take you around this because this is quite interesting. As you can see, there's a metal structure going down, obviously for the heat of the bricks.
I mean, this is, you can see down the bottom here. I'll just take you for a little look. I'm assuming this is where they would have put lots of coal to heat those boilers up, and there would have been some sort of doorway over here. I imagine they would have had all sorts of coal and that stored here too, possibly just beyond this archway here.
That's it. And then here it looks like we have more areas up. I mean, this is actually quite amazing. Obviously we've got water inlets here as well,
Yeah, possibly.
It is quite an impressive place, isn't it?
It is cool to see that these are still actually here. Some of this, some of the bits and pieces here were actually taken to other firms and reused later on, but they decided obviously to keep these bits here, which we're quite glad they did. Now, as we were saying, we believe this area was possibly the drying room. We can't see any other sort of structures big enough around here to have actually been the drying sheds. We can see that this was very likely just a single story building, but as you can see out behind me, the most impressive part of it is, of course, one of those massive chimneys. Now, the next part of the process, of course, is after the bricks were dried, they would have needed to have been sent to the kilns. And we've actually got 3 rather complete beehive kilns just here, and which is really one of the most impressive parts of this whole brickworks, I believe. Now, once they were all loaded up inside there, they would have all been sealed off before they would have been baked for probably quite some time. Now, once the bricks had been fired in those large kilns just behind us, they would have been brought and stored here in a large storage shed, possibly via tram wagons, as there's remnants of tracks all scattered along here. And here is where the finished product would have been stored, in this large storage shed, probably the most impressive and one of the most complete buildings here.
Having left the storage shed there that Emma was very kindly...
Took a very quick look at.
Very quick look at. It's quite good. Got some cinematics, which is quite interesting, but this place is starting to get a little bit busy now. Another place that isn't so secret.
No, no. But of course, they were stored there, ready to be shipped off. And it's from there they would have gone to the sort of the port, the harbour area that they had here. Yeah. And there's a few little remnants around the harbour, or what's left of the harbour anyway. So we're going to take you to have a little look at some of those features, I think. And
we are quite excited about being here. So let's go and have a look, shall we?
And here it is, the port area where the ships would have come and collected all those bricks and taken them all over Wales and maybe England, I imagine. This was actually quite a dangerous port area, and that actually sort of was one of the reasons that led to the demise of the brickworks here, is because often ships would basically run aground and have all sorts of accidents and things here. It might look beautiful and calm today, but on a rough day you can only imagine how choppy it probably is out there. And of course the bricks needed to be loaded onto the ships via a crane. And we actually think this could be part of one of the cranes that was here along the harbour. Right, so this brickworks I don't believe was actually open for an awful long time. I mean, at the beginning of the 1900s, the production slowed right down. I think there was some sort of quality issues that they may have had. Yeah. Of course, with the fact that it was so dangerous to get the ships in and out here, didn't exactly help.
It's very rocky. Yeah. It is really rocky here.
Yeah, and as you can imagine, North Wales can get really choppy.
Yes. Yes.
But by 1949, the production completely stopped. And here it is, it's been sat here ever since. 1 or 2 bits and pieces were taken apparently to a firm in Carnarvon to be reused, but the rest of it is just sat here.
And it looks absolutely beautiful for us to come and explore.
It certainly is. I mean, this is an amazing location and it's quite popular, as we can tell, with tourists. Unfortunately, it's not always looked after the best. You may have noticed in some of the footage that there's clearly been quite a large fire here, possibly by some sort of barbecue. We don't like to speculate, but you know, please, just be careful and look after these, because this building could have been completely and utterly burnt down as well and lost forever.
That's it. But if you have liked the video today, please like and subscribe. It's really helping our channel out at the moment, and it's all down to you.
Yeah, we can carry on making these little sort of historical tours of these areas that we love. I mean, this has been absolutely an amazing day. Also, we've got Patreon if you want to take a little look at that for £3 a month. We've got plenty of exclusive videos for you to take a look at.
That's it. And we are, on that note, I think we are going to disappear now. But please stay on for the cinematics at the end, because there is one more place that we need to get to, but we don't know if we can get to.
Yes.
So please stay around for that. But as from exploring with Em and Stu,
here at Porth Went Abandoned Brickworks on the Isle of Anglesey in Wales.
We'll see you again.
Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.